Welcome to today's Business Spotlight. Today, our guest is Rohit Thakral. Have I said that correctly?
Rohit Thakral, well done, well done.
From Target Integration. Rohit, what do you do and how long have you been doing it?
Tom, what I do is I run a company called Target Integration. As part of that, we've created TI Group. So we've got two brand names under it, a company called Elberon in the UK as well. We acquired that company 2 years ago. What we do is we are digital adoption specialists. So we help businesses take on digital solutions, CRM systems, ERP systems, stock management, custom solutions, Microsoft, anything. But, we are consultants. So we come in and look at the processes and then say, well, look, these processes can be done by an existing system off the shelf. Let us show you. Or we come in and go, well, what you're doing is very bespoke. We can actually do this, but we'll have to develop a special system for you. It's one or the other sometimes. But yeah, that's what we do. We have been doing this for 16 years at this stage. Wow. I've started losing hair now at this stage. So
yeah, well, the microphones are covering that.
I know. Yeah. That was the special effect I had to bring in for the
special effects. Fantastic. So you advise people on emerging technologies, and technology is coming like a train, and it's going to affect all industries very shortly, even the most basic one, the professionals, which I think a lot of them don't see coming at this moment in time. So do they approach you, or have you still, like everybody else, have to find them?
It's a bit of both. We have a good influx of inbound leads, referrals coming into us as well. We have a good number of marketing campaigns running, which are bringing in opportunities to us. But then at the same time, of course, we are always outreaching as well. Shows like these, events, going in, talking to people on a one-to-one basis and saying, look, it's possible to. And you'll be amazed to know, Tom, that there are businesses who still have not picked up on the kind of technology race yet. They haven't started optimizing their processes.
I wouldn't be surprised, I'm afraid to tell you. I would not be surprised, but it is interesting to hear it stated like that. Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So tell me, what do you attribute the growth of your company to?
The team completely. Thankfully, we made some really good decisions with the team members who joined the team, really worked hard. Some of them have been with me like for 12 years. Yeah. And touch wood,
So really the team is important, and in order to build a great team, what other things have you had to do?
Building the team, I think, is quite a lot of like whatever I had to do. I think I went lucky on a few decisions, but if you look at it, connect with the team, work closely with them. I don't think if anybody comes to me and says, no, you need to have money to hire the right people and all that. No, I think you bring in the right people. Money isn't as important to them sometimes. They're looking at, what is the potential in the company? What is the kind of growth possibilities? They're looking at an environment. They're looking at you and going, can I believe this person? Is that person going to, drive me? And is that person going to kind of give me enough challenges to help me grow? I think that's what is important for the team. It's not about money, facilities. Sometimes, you can't yes, we are a tech company, but we are not Google or Microsoft. We are not able to provide them the same sort of canteen, come in, Mediterranean, or, most of the kind of fancy food and facilities available. No, this is an SME you're talking about.
I saw you present to the SFA on a panel there recently, a few weeks ago, and you brought up a very pertinent subject, which is akin to what we're talking about here, and that's building a great culture, which begets a great team. That's it. How important is culture today in companies? How important is it to have a great culture?
I think it's more important than it ever was, because. So I read a news yesterday, which was around how the Great Resignation is now converting into a great demotivation for team members, because when they are remote, they're not connecting with you as much. And of course, that's again part of the culture as well. How many people actually believe? We were talking about hybrid working and connecting with your peers and all of them just before this recording started. So if you look at it, culture is even more important today, because you have people who are sitting in different parts of the world, of the country, of the city. Sometimes they're still near you, but still away from a lot of things which are happening in the office maybe. And then at the same time, are they encouraged enough? Is your team, is encouraged enough? Are they challenged enough? Are they motivated enough? Why are they doing what they are doing? Are they just doing it for money, or are they doing it for other reasons as well? Do you have a motto? Do you have a goal? That's all, like, what goes into the definition of a culture. You have to let them make some decisions. You have to make some decisions for them. You have to give them that environment of, look, it's a team, and how do you work closely together?
So making them feel involved, making them feel included in unison, going after the vision of the company. Fantastic, fantastic. So tell me, what has been the biggest learning for you personally, Rohit, since you became CEO of this large company?
Ooh, the biggest learning has been because let's put it this way, I don't come from a big industrial background, or my family wasn't like one of the ones who would just go, yeah, we have loads of money, invest on whatever business you
Oh,
want.
really?
Yeah, not, this can be a surprise. No, but yes, this is the first generation family business. My brother is involved in the business as well. And one of the biggest learning, I would say, is finances. As an engineer, as a small consultant, business owner, you go in and you go, yeah, I need to start the business. Where do I start from? I'll start from here. But you sometimes forget that finances are important. You have to learn them. And yes, it's coming from a company who provides digital transformation solutions in the accounting and finance world. But having a finance software is one thing. Being able to read your finance statements, being able to read your P&L, being able to make sense of your cash flow, being able to forecast them properly as well, and go, yes, that's the right direction where you're going. And I'm after looking at your background as well, Tom, which nicely says cash flow. But
Yes,
that's
indeed.
what effectively
I
is.
see it there. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a hook, by the way.
Yeah.
I just realized this.
It's so important to know, and yet I always find it interesting that only 7% of companies get their P&L and balance sheet at the end of each month.
That's it.
Isn't that interesting?
And I
Yeah.
must, give you a bit of kudos as well, because it was a mentor's work. No, it was another program. There was a program um, which was run by SkillNet Ireland,
Which was Action
in
Coach,
Still
yes.
Ireland, and which was
Yeah,
Action Coach.
yes, yeah.
And that
Yeah,
kind of session, they were like, I think 6 months or 7 months worth of one
yeah,
day a month
yeah.
session, which actually educated me significantly. That was the best investment ever.
Well, let me tell you, I found a great investment for myself because I've learned so much too. Anyway, notwithstanding that, anyway, so your biggest learning as an employer since you've got into business is what?
The biggest learning as an employer is, well, one, you have to bring the team together. Hiring the team can be difficult. You will make mistakes. There will be people who will join, and they will join for different reasons than you're hiring them for. And you have to understand and match them together. You have to let them make the mistakes as well. You have to allow them to make those mistakes. I had a guy, I always talk about this because my background is system administration. I'm more kind of technical into the server side of things. And one day he deleted a production server. He ran a command which was like, delete all.
Oh,
Now I'm looking at this and going, how do we recover from this now? And then
was
effectively
this
I had to go.
before or after you killed him?
Yeah, it was just before, He's still working for the company at this stage. I'm impressed, but he has learned,
Okay,
he has
yeah,
grown, and I was like, okay, I will have to find a solution to this, but don't worry, these things happen.
yeah.
You at least now know what this command does, right? Okay, fine. Expensive learning, but yeah, you have to allow them, and nurturing and growing your team members is a challenge sometimes. It can be those who have probably raised kids would have a better experience of this, but I think others who haven't gone through that experience would just go, yeah, how can you do that? How can she do that? No, it happens. Give them time to learn, give them time to
Yeah.
settle in, and let them bring in their ideas as well. There is no point in having a team who cannot challenge you. And if they cannot challenge you, there is a problem in you, not them.
Isn't that interesting? So you want them to grow, which is important. So if they're not growing, they probably want to leave.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And you're not growing. I don't think a business can grow if
No, we can't.
if your team members aren't growing,
So tell me, what are the top qualities you would look for now when you're hiring people? What are the top things, the top
I
qualities you
can,
look for?
top qualities we would look for is is there, so first of all, we have to actually find a role, and on the basis of the role, the quality is changed, because we have some team members who are not manager material, but they are fantastic at what they do. We call them, in the tech world, we call them individual contributors.
Okay.
They're brilliant at what they do. So recognize them for that and say, it's all right. What you're doing is fantastic. Sit there, God mode. People will come to you. They'll ask for technical solutions. You give it to them.
Yeah.
And then you will have people who want to excel. Like there's a programmer, technical guy in our team who I spoke to this morning, and he wants to get into blogging, marketing, and some fantastic ideas. Look at them go, yeah, brilliant. So it's the cliche here is the word that everybody uses is attitude. Hire them for attitude. Yes, you have to find the right attitude, but sometimes you have to take the attitude that they have and put it in the right department or a team as well and go, I can still get the best out of them. You will find different people.
Absolutely. So tell me, listen, fantastic interview. I could talk to you all day about this. Tell me, what advice would you give to an up-and-coming entrepreneur? In other words, what advice would you give to an 18-year-old you?
18-year-old, wow, you've gone long back. I would say definitely invest on studies. A lot of people think that they can start the business and they don't have to go through college, university. 18 years, I'm assuming, is going through leaving cert at the moment.
Yeah.
And no, go do your degree, learn a bit, invest on your learning. If you do want to start a business, yes, start it, but still education is very important. And if you've gone through that formal education, still invest on your learning and coaching, and get a guide, get a person who can guide you through this as well. Like, another big advice I would say is, I think I'm here because of a number of different coaches who have helped me. And it's not, again, a hook, because I've probably changed 5 coaches in this 16-year period of time.
Okay.
It's effectively, you graduate from one to the other, and you move up the chain and go, okay, well, who do I need next to help me grow in my next level of, life of the business?
It sounds like you're repeating Jim Rohn's saying, work harder on yourself than you do at your job. So invest in yourself is the biggest learning here.
Completely. If you know things better, if you can, you cannot, yes, you can delegate things, but being able to understand them is more important. You should be able to, for an example, you're not going to do the bookkeeping, but you should be able to talk about profit and loss, balance sheets. You're not going to do the executive marketing and everything else, but you still should know the concepts of how does it work and what is important why you need it.
Yes, yeah. Rohit, thank you so much indeed for taking part in this today. I really appreciate it. It's been very, very entertaining. I think a lot of great learning for our listeners here today. I wish you every success in the future, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Tom, thank you for having me. It is a pleasure.